Today I'm going to show you how to make scratch art using Procreate. I've got a screen size canvas here, and I am currently using in drawing the Blackburn. I've got it set for 12%, and let's start all the way over here at a red. And what we're going to do is create a gradient. So I'll swipe some red over here. And then I'll go over here. You can make any color gradients you want. I'm just going to flip these over a few. And it doesn't really matter which brush you use as long as you have one that has some width to it. There, that looks nice. Now I'm going to come up here to the magic wand, which is the adjustments menu, and I'm going to choose Gaussian blur. I'm just going to blur this out until it looks like the colors are all running together. Looks like about 28% is good enough. And I'm going to go ahead and rename this. There we are. To rename a layer, you tap on the layer, you choose rename, and there you go. So I have a line and I have a gradient. I'm going to move the line underneath the gradient, and then I'm going to tap on gradient, and I'm going to choose clipping mask, which is right here. It's the fifth one from the bottom. And you see how everything turns white again. Let's go to background color and change that to black. When I was doing scratch art on paper before, they usually had a black wax surface with a color gradient underneath, and then you scratched on it with the little stylus they gave you. I'm going to use the calligraphy monoline brush for my stylus. It's set at 8%, and because I am on the line layer, anywhere I draw, doesn't matter what the color is, it's going to come up with the gradient color because the gradient is set as the clipping mask. You can see that with the check mark right here. So let's clear this, and I'm going to need several different layers. So I'm going to group these two together, and then I'm going to duplicate it. There we go, about 6 will do. And let's see, the most fun thing to draw right now I think would be a frog. So I'm going to start with the front legs. Let's go ahead and go up to the actions menu. That's the wrench. We're going to go over to canvas, turn on the drawing guide, and directly underneath that we're going to choose edit drawing guide. All the way on the right over here, I'm going to go to symmetry, and then I'm going to change the color. And you can see I've got this blue dot here. If you put it all the way here, it's black and you can't barely see it. So I'm going to put it here, and down at the bottom I'm going to increase my opacity so it's easy for me to see. And now when we look at this layer, this line is assisted. So let's make some froggy legs. And I don't really like those, and I don't like how wobbly my hand is, so I'm going to duplicate monoline. I'm going to go to stabilization, and turn that stabilization up so it will make up for my shaky hand. There we go. That's a little better. Maybe turn it down slightly. And you just play around with it until you get it the way you want. And I want it like this. Now, I'm not sure if I want my legs to look like this or look like webbed feet. So I am now going to take this gradient. We tap on the N and we turn the opacity down. Let's go up to this second line layer. Turn on the drawing assist, which is third from the bottom. And I'm going to try redrawing this. And let's redraw this. And then there we go. So this will give us two different choices to use for our feet. And then if I turn this opacity all the way back up again, now if I turn off the line on this one, I have this picture. If I turn off the line on this one, I have this picture. I'm going to go with this one for now. And let's go up one. And I'm going to give him a belly. And I don't like the way that one turned out. I want him to have a curved belly. We'll hold there and let the quick shape happen. Nice art created. That looks nice. And then I want to create a oval for his head. Nice big fat oval. Turn it into a quick shape. We're going to say edit shape. And I want to move it over here and center the top and bottom blue dots onto our line and make sure that they cover the shoulders there. See, that looks very nice. And then I want to give them eyes. So I'm going to go up to this line and I'm going to turn the drawing assist on. And give him nice big bulging eyes. We'll make him look cross-eyed just because I think that looks cool. We'll go back down to this line, turn on the drawing assist, and I'm going to go to the eraser, which I have as a hard brush. You can use any brush you want. And we'll just erase these parts here that we don't want. And there we go. Now let's go up to this line. And, you know, this dark blue is a little hard for me to see in here. So I'm going to use a nice bright green. And I'll show you what that's going to do. I'm going to create an arc over here. And you can see that very easily here now. So let's undo that. I want the drawing assist on. It looks like my head is not exactly centered. So I'm going to turn the drawing assist off. And I'll just connect this in down here like that. No one will notice. We'll turn drawing assist back on. And we do that. That makes it look like he's got great big fat back legs. And once again, I'm not sure whether we want finger feet or web feet. So let's go up to this one. And we'll turn on the drawing assist. And let's give him finger feet to start out with. I don't like the way that looks. Yeah, 5 is too much. Let's start from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. Okay, that looks a little better. And let's go up here. Once again, we're going to reduce the gradient. Yeah, we should be able to reduce the opacity of this gradient so that it dims down, and I'm not seeing it dim down. So we'll reduce the gradient on the line instead. Alright, let's come back up here, turn on drawing assist, and we will try for flipper feet. And this is how you can actually mix and match different layers. So you can decide later on, do you want this kind of feet? Or do you want this kind of feet? And that way you can have different layers. You can change the layers that you want to change. There we go. And decide what it is that you want to have. Let's go ahead. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to clear that. We got to give him a mouth. I'm going to use Quick Shape to help me out here. Turn off the drawing assist. And I'm just going to duplicate that for a minute. Let's give him just a regular smile on this one. And on this one, let's give him a silly smile. And there you go. You get this nice little scratch art going. And I want to do some shading, but I want that shading to look like it's done with Scratchart. So let's clear that. I like this mouth better than the other mouth, so I'm gonna keep it. And on here, what I'm going to do is, remember, I'm on a blank layer, so no matter what I do here, I can just erase it if I don't like it. And let's put some shading over here. Looks kind of like a fingernail scratching the surface, doesn't it? This one right here is the Thyclocene in inking, just above fine tip. And you see how I'm going over the line on these here? I don't necessarily want to do that. So I'll bring up my eraser and just get rid of the parts that go over the lines. Just that easy. And there we go. Now let's say you wanted to put a background on this. Neat little trick for that is go all the way down the bottom, turn off the background color. And then you tap on your actions menu, go to add, and then copy canvas, and then paste. And that puts this one here. I'm going to move it on top of the groups and turn it off. And I'm going to make this our reference. And that way, we duplicate this group and clear this. And let's put the background back on. There we go. I have some brushes that I purchased. Here we are, tropical flowers, tropical leaves, and tropical birds. So I can put a little birdie flying over here. Oh. Properties, orient to screen. You have to do that sometimes on purchased ones. So you got a little birdie flying over there. And let's go to our tropical leaves. I like this palm here. I'm going to put it right like that. Then I'm going to select outside, invert, and clear. And now that leaf is behind the frog. Let's duplicate this group and clear this. I want another leaf just like that one, but I want it to be flipped the other way. And let's change its shape ever so slightly. There we go. Once again, select outside, invert, and clear. So you can make an entire picture and it all looks like nice colorful scratch art. You can use brushes that you've created, brushes you've purchased. In this case, I use this monoline brush. A lot of people didn't use styluses whenever they were doing this. They just used their fingernails. That looks different, more like the shading that I have here. And there you go. I hope this has helped you out, and I hope you have a wonderful day.